Jungkook and Taehyung were inseparable. Two friends, two stars, two names always seen together in millions of ARMY videos. But now, one small moment caught on camera has made the biggest fandom in the world start questioning everything. And in the world of pop, sometimes a single look is enough to create thousands of theories. BTS is more than just a music group, they are a global phenomenon. 7 members who spent more than a decade growing up in front of millions of people. And among all the relationships inside BTS, Jungkook and Taehyung always held a special place in fans' hearts. They laughed together, practiced together, grew up together. From a very young age, ARMY saw them like family, or maybe something even deeper than that. In kpop fandom culture, small interactions become massive moments. A short smile, a touch of the hand, a glance lasting only seconds. Everything gets analyzed, everything gets saved. Everything gets discussed endlessly. And for years, the chemistry between Jungkook and Taehyung became one of the most talked about dynamics in the BTS fandom. Many fans believe their connection felt natural, warm, comfortable, real. But as BTS became bigger, the spotlight on their lives became even bigger. And slowly, fans started feeling like something had changed. At first, almost nobody noticed. Just small moments, maybe too small. Some fans began noticing that Jungkook and Taehyung's interactions felt different compared to previous years. Less intense, less frequent. Then, the video started going viral. Fan cams, live stream clips, award show moments. And the internet began doing what massive fandoms often do best, analyzing everything. Why do they seem distant? What actually happened? Are they okay? Those questions began appearing everywhere. Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Weverse. And more fans started comparing the past with the present. They remembered the years when Jungkook and Taehyung looked inseparable on camera, laughing without hesitation, looking at each other constantly, playfully teasing one another. But now, some fans believed everything felt more formal, more careful, more distant. Some ARMY said it was completely normal. They've grown older. They're busy. Their lives are far more complicated now than during their debut years. But others believed something was being hidden. And from that moment, the fandom slowly began dividing itself. That was the moment this story became bigger than just to BTS members. Because this was no longer only about Jungkook and Taehyung. It became about the relationship between idols and millions of fans who believe they know them personally. Some fans started creating theories, analyzing body language, facial expressions, the way they sat near each other, the way they avoided eye contact. In kpop, small details can become global speculation within hours, and the internet is always hungry for a story. But on the other side, many fans felt the fandom had gone too far. They accused others of overanalyzing everything. They're just human. They're allowed to change. Not every interaction has a hidden meaning. The debate became more intense. Because for many ARMYs, the emotional bond between BTS members was one of the reasons they fell in love with the group in the first place. They grew attached to that story. They believed in that closeness, and when the dynamics seemed different, fans felt like they were losing something emotionally important. But there's one thing the internet often forgets. Being a global idol means living under cameras all the time. Every movement gets watched, every expression gets magnified, every small moment becomes fandom discussion. Imagine millions of people trying to read your life from a few seconds of video footage, and maybe that pressure slowly changes how idols choose to interact in public. But there's another side to this story, a much more complicated side. Many fandom theories are built from incomplete video clips. One glance slowed down dramatically. One reaction removed from context. One moment edited with sad music. And suddenly, an entirely new narrative is born. The internet starts believing in stories that may not even be real. That is the power of shipping culture in kpop. Fans don't just consume music. They create their own worlds, their own stories, their own interpretations, sometimes romantic, sometimes emotional. Sometimes dangerously excessive. And in the middle of all this, idols often choose silence. Because no matter what they say, the internet will reinterpret it anyway. Maybe their relationship really has changed, or maybe they simply learned how to protect their privacy under global attention. And maybe fans never truly knew what happened behind the cameras in the first place. In the end, the mystery surrounding Jungkook and Taehyung may never truly be answered. And maybe it was never meant to be answered at all. Because behind BTS's massive stages and global fame, there are still 7 ordinary human beings trying to survive. Extraordinary pressure. Fans want to believe they know their idols, that they understand every smile, every glance, every tiny change. But reality is often far more complicated than internet theories. And in the world of kpop, sometimes the most painful thing isn't the truth itself, but the expectations created by fandoms. Maybe we will never know what truly happened, but maybe that mystery is exactly what keeps millions of people watching, hoping, and holding on.